into US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the Ravens and the Vikings. Welcome into another NFL broadcast here at Javin Sports. If you like the color purple, this is the game for you. We're going to see a lot of it. The Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings live from Minneapolis. Both teams are 0-1 here in Week 2, looking for their first win. The Vikings losing to Tampa Bay at home, and the Ravens losing to Miami at home last week. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Stewart, 2 yards deep over the 15, 20, 25. As he brings it out to the 27-yard line for Baltimore. That's Dwayne Stewart in his second year out of Air Force. Starting quarterback, Matthew Albritton in his 5th year out of Tennessee. He didn't freeze up here. Just underway, live from Minneapolis. The final early game of Week 2. The final 1 o'clock game. 1 o'clock Eastern game. Good to have you along. I got Giants fan in the house. Haven't seen Giants fan in a while. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. At their own 27-yard line. Albritton is again. Albritton fakes the handoff. Throws downfield, and it's tipped away, incomplete. Knocking it away, number 27, Montel Monroe. Here's the Ravens offense up front. Stone, Grubbs, Jones, Glass, and Arianes. And then it's Provost, Martin, Castilian, Doyle, and Burns. Going to be 2nd and 10 for the Ravens at their own 27-yard line. Just underway, live from Minneapolis. On 2nd and 10, 3 receivers to the far side. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton draws back, looks downfield, throws, gets it out to Taylor. And the wide receiver, Maurice Taylor, in his 2nd year out of Oregon State, out to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 19 yards and a Raven first down. Montel Monroe on the tackle for Minnesota. I've been kind of busy today, Fast Stack. I haven't had a chance to look. But I trust it's cool. Oh, you got to use the computer to see it, though? All right. That's fine. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Albritton in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff inside. Rolls out. He may take off across midfield. And Albritton down to the 46 of Minnesota. An 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2. Matthew Albritton in his 5th year out of Tennessee. Montel Monroe again on the tackle. He's been everywhere. The 5th year safety out of Florida State. 2nd and 2 for the Ravens at the Minnesota 46. Opening drive of the game. Ravens across midfield in the offset eye. Albritton hands off to Castilian. And Nate Castilian to the 45-yard line. Just a gain of 1. Let's take a look at the Vikings defense. Up front, Edwards, Mason, Vernon, and Hull. Linebackers, Rawlings, Martin, and Florence. They play a 4-3. And the secondary, Bell, Monroe, Porter, and Hewitt. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Ravens at the Viking 45-yard line. In the offset eye, Albritton under center. Albritton hands off to Castilian again, and Nate Castilian out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 3 yards and a Raven first down. Nate Castilian in his 6th year out of Notre Dame. I'll have games on Saturday, but I will not be here Sunday. 1st and 10 for the 42. I'm not going to compete with the Super Bowl. On 1st and 10, Albritton fakes the handoff, throws downfield to Davis, and Davis all the way down to the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of 13 yards and a Ravens first down. I don't know yet. I can make it later. If you want to do something at noon, we can make it later. On the catch, Wes Davis, the 2nd-year tight end out of Air Force. 1st and 10 for the Ravens now, all the way down to the Viking 29-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. Albritton under center. Albritton fakes the handoff, throws outside, broken up. Breaking up the pass, Jeremy Bell in his 4th year out of Alabama. It'll make it 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 5:16 left here in the first half, or first quarter. John Provost, the intended receiver, but Bell knocks it away. This Ravens drive to start the game is eating up a lot of time. On 2nd and 10 in the offset eye, Albritton hands off to Martin this time, and Martin's going to lose 2 yards. Lawrence Martin, the 4th year back out of Penn State, a loss of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11. On the tackle, Kendall Rawlings, number 97 for the Vikings, in his 2nd year out of Georgia Tech. Big 3rd down coming up for Baltimore. 3rd and 11 from the 31-yard line. Albritton in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff inside, steps up, throws underhand, and it's incomplete. Nearly picked off. You don't see that very often. He threw that underhand. Chris Vernon knocked it down. It'll be 4th down. And the Ravens are going to have to punt. Well, not necessarily. This will be a 48-yard field goal attempt. Rob Belton will come on to try to get the Ravens on the board from 48 yards. There's the snap, kick is up, and he missed it. No, it's good. I thought he missed it. All right, it's good. It was just inside the upright. He made it. Belton from 48 yards. I thought it was off to the right at first. No, I guess he did make it. All right, cool. Ravens up 3-0 with 4:40 left to play. Here in the first quarter, live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports, the last of our early afternoon games. We'll start the late games tomorrow. I thought wrong. I wish they'd give us an angle behind the goalpost so we can really see better. There's the kickoff, fielded by Simmons at the 3-yard line over the 20-25. And Simmons brings it back to the 30-yard line. Jarvis Simmons for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Vikings led by their starting quarterback, Kevin Bickford, in his 8th year out of Army. Ravens lead at 3-0. Vikings, this will be their first possession of the game with 4:35 left here in the first quarter. We'll be on late again tomorrow. It'll be about 10:30 Eastern. It'll be Chicago and Tampa Bay tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. 7:30 on the West Coast. 5 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford drops back. Throws downfield. Is caught by Monterey. And James Monterey out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 16 yards and a Vikings first down. James Monterey in his 6th year out of North Carolina. First down Vikings. Ravens lead it 3-0 here in the first quarter. Is it just me, or is there a lot of purple on the screen? There's a lot of purple going on today. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford drops back. Throws. Gets it out to North. All the way out to the 39-yard line. A 15-yard gain to James North in his 10th year out of Florida. First down Vikings at the Raven 39-yard line. Making the tackle, Brigham Concepcion in his 13th year out of Howard University. The former Colt, now a Raven. I have color deficiency. I need more vitamin D. First and 10 from the 39. Bickford to Hinson. And Hinson goes down. A 3-yard loss. Kyle Hinson, the 7th year back of Ole Miss. Christian West, the linebacker, making the tackle in his 6th year out of USC. A loss of 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Vikings. Well, that's something you actually have? All right. 2nd and 13 at the 42-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford drops back. Looking, throws, gets it out to Simmons. Down to the 30-yard line. Jarvis Simmons in his 4th year out of Tennessee. That's good for 12 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. I got you. Under 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. 3rd and 1 for the Vikings at the Baltimore 30-yard line. Bickford hands off to Hinson, and he does not get there. Hinson is leveled by Christian West, the linebacker. No gain. It'll be 4th down. And the Vikings are going to have to try a field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt for Minnesota. Tom Davidson will come out to try to tie up the ball game. Both these teams lost it at home in week 1. They're both 0-1 coming in. Here we go from 47 yards. Tom Davidson to tie up the game. The kick is up. And that just cleared that just cleared it. It's good. Tom Davidson from 47 yards just clears the crossbar. We're tied at 3. 2:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. We're tied at 3. Vikings and the Ravens. That just got over. Barely is right. So Davidson will kick off for Minnesota. This will be fielded by Stewart at the 2-yard line. Over the 20, 25. He brings it out to the 25-yard line. Dwayne Stewart in his 2nd year out of Air Force. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. At their own 25-yard line. Yeah, both teams are doing better than the Browns did at this point of the game yesterday. The Browns played awful. I still got almost 40 views on that after the fact. I can't talk to them. 1st and 10 for the Ravens from their own 25-yard line. Albritton hands off to Nate Castilian, and Castilian gets 3 yards out to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7. On the tackle, number 96, Wayne Hull. In his 15th year out of Idaho. I still get more people that will watch after the fact. They don't watch live. And that game yesterday almost has like 40 views. Albritton on 2nd and 7. And it's nearly picked off by Ty Martin, the linebacker, number 55. In his 3rd year out of Tennessee. He should have had that one. And that will bring up 3rd and 7 for the Ravens at their own 28-yard line. 1:37 remaining here in the first quarter. We're tied at 3. Three receivers to the near side. Albritton in the shotgun on 3rd down. Albritton fakes the handoff inside. Throws deep downfield, and it's picked up by Montel Monroe. He brings it back across the 40, out to the 46-yard line. Monroe picks it up, the 5th-year safety out of Florida State. That's just as good as a punt. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. But they have great field position at their own 46-yard line. We're tied at 3. Montel Monroe. Kevin Bickford comes back out. The 8th-year quarterback out of Army. We're tied at 3. With 1:27 left to play here in the first quarter. Vikings will start from their own 46-yard line. Vikings come out in the I formation. Bickford hands off to Hinson again, and Kyle Hinson to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, it'll be 2nd and 5. Let's take a look at the Vikings offense. Up front, Jenkins, Blanchard, Valentine, Brocious, and Long. And then it's North, Saxon, Hinson, Underwood, and Monterey. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Vikings at the Baltimore 49-yard line. 1:10 and counting here in the first quarter. Bickford hands off to Hinson, and Hinson gets a yard out to the 48-yard line. Let's take a look at the Ravens defense. They play a 3-4, Fine, Owens, and Riddick up front. The linebackers, Young, West, Morris, and Palmer. And the secondary, Colston, Nelson, Young, and Stevens. 3rd and 4 for the Vikings at the Baltimore 48-yard line. First quarter clock winding down here in Minneapolis on a beautiful day, even though we're indoors. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford draws back, throws outside to Hinson, and Hinson's going to be shy of the first down. He only gets 3 yards out to the 45-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1. Eddie Colston made the tackle for Baltimore. In his 8th year out of Colorado, the Vikings are going to have to punt. Zach Young will come in to punt. As we watch the replay. Nice open field tackle by Colston. Let's see if they get the play off in time. Young back to punt. It's a fake. They give it to Carmichael, and Carmichael's got the first down and a whole lot more. All the way, he's still on his feet, all the way down to the 20-yard line. A 25-yard gain by James Carmichael at the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 3. Jammin' Sports. to US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We go to the second quarter. But the rookie out of UNLV, the fullback, James Carmichael, rips it off 25 yards on a fake punt. And it gives the Vikings the ball at the 20-yard line of Baltimore. That was incredible. I didn't see that one coming at all. And neither did the Ravens. So a fresh set of downs for Minnesota at the Baltimore 20-yard line as we start the second quarter, tied at 3. Bickford hands off to Kyle Hinson, who goes nowhere. Well, maybe a yard to the 19-yard line. On the tackle, Isaac Young, the rookie out of West Virginia. Now they say no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. That's got to be the best fake punt I've seen in Madden ever. That was something. 2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line. In the offset eye, Bickford hands off to Hinson up the middle, and Kyle Hinson gets 6 yards down to the 13-yard line. Hinson, in his 7th year out of Ole Miss. On the tackle, number 59, Michael Morris, in his 4th year out of Oregon. It'll be 3rd down for the Ravens at the 13-yard line, or the Vikings, I'm sorry, at the Raven 13-yard line. They're both purple, I get confused. On 3rd down, Bickford back, throws to the end zone, it's incomplete. Eddie Colston knocked it away at the last second. Nice defensive play by Colston. It'll be 4th down. This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt by the Vikings. It would give them the lead. Well, let's see if the Vikings fake it again. Davidson from 30 yards. There's the snap. Kick is up. No fake. And it's good. Vikings take a 6-3 lead. 6:59 left to play here in the second quarter. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Well, welcome to our field goal fest. The Vikings have 2 field goals, and the Ravens have 1. Davidson will kick off for the Vikings, up 6-3. Just under 7 minutes left in the first half. Both teams are 0-1 coming in. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Stewart at the goal line. Over the 20, 25. And he brings it out to the 29-yard line. Dwayne Stewart on the return. Matthew Albrighton comes back out to lead the offense. There's his numbers. They're not good. Yeah, it's all my fault. I'll take the blame. I don't know what I'm taking the blame for, but I'll take the blame. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Let's see if the Ravens can tie it up or even take the lead. 6:55 left in the first half. 4 receivers set wide. Albrighton hands off to Castilian up the middle. And Nate Castilian 5 yards to the 34-yard line. Make it a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4. Ty Martin on the tackle for Minnesota. Well, I can't change it in the middle of a game. 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Albrighton hands off to Castilian, who gets a yard out to the 35-yard line. Well, now they say no gain. It'll be 3rd and 4. Wayne Hull on the tackle for Minnesota. That's all right. I don't play the uniform game. Each team has a home uniform and an away uniform, and that's how I like it. 3rd and 4. Albrighton back. Throws down the middle to Doyle. Across midfield, and Doyle all the way out to the 46-yard line. A 19-yard gain on the play by David Doyle, the 9th-year tight end out of Oklahoma. One of the things I really don't like about the real NFL right now is every team has like 17 uniforms. That's stupid. I'm more of a traditionalist. You have one home uniform and you have one road uniform, and that's what you wear the whole season. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Albritton hands off to Castilian, and Castilian down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4. Oh, I tried Madden 21 about a year or so ago. I just couldn't do it. 2nd and 4 from the 40-yard line. Albritton, 3-step drop, throws, gets it out to Doyle. And Doyle down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 10 yards. In a Ravens first half. Baltimore on the move, down 6-3 here in the second half. In our field goal fest, live from Minnesota. I still have a copy of it somewhere. I might take a look at it. Well, 19 surely does. I'm impressed with 19 on the PS5. On 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Albritton hands off to Martin. And Martin gets out to the 27-yard line. Lawrence Martin, the 4th-year back out of Penn State. That's a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the Viking 27-yard line. The Ravens are in field goal range. They should be able to at least tie it up before halftime. 4:10 and counting here in the first half. In the offset eye. Burns in motion. Albritton, 3-step drop. Rolls out. Throws downfield. Nobody there. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. That'll stop the clock with 3:59 left here in the first half. Vikings up 6-3. Defensive game. Albritton in the shotgun on 3rd down. Albritton drops back. He's in trouble. He gets sacked back at the 37-yard line. A 10-yard sack. Wayne Hull, number 96, makes the sack for the Vikings. And that'll bring up 4th and 17. And that may have pushed the Ravens out of field goal range. This would be a 54-yard attempt by Rob Belton as we watch the replay of the sack. .340 and counting here in the first half. Well, Belton will come on from 54 yards to tie it up. There's the snap, kick is up, and it's no good. Couple of yards short. It remains a 6-3 Viking lead with 3:28 left to play here in the first half. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. So the Vikings will have pretty good field position at their own 44-yard line. Plenty of time, 3:28 before half. They should be able to score again. For those on the East Coast, it's 11:30. I appreciate you hanging with me. It's 10:30 here in Nashville. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line for the Vikings. Bickford takes the snap, play action looking. Throws downfield deep. It's caught by North all the way down to the Raven 24-yard line. A 32-yard reception to James North, the 10th-year receiver out of Florida. First down Vikings now deep in Raven territory. The Vikings, if they can get a touchdown here, they can take a 2-score lead. That's right, you can do it. 3:22 left to play here in the first half. Now the clock runs. First and 10 Vikings at the Raven 24. 3 receivers to the near side. Bickford in the gun. Bickford back. Bickford throws outside, incomplete. He was looking for Lawson Underwood, the tight end. He overthrew him, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 3:09 left here in the first half. On 2nd and 10 from the Raven 24-yard line. Bickford hands off to Kyle Hinson around the outside. Inside the 20, inside the 10. Hinson down to the 9-yard line. A 15-yard gain by Kyle Hinson, the 7th-year back out of Ole Miss. It'll be 1st and goal, Minnesota. Boy, he made that guy whiff. He whiffed. That's Isaac Young. He whiffed big time. He broke his knees, his pelvis. He broke everything on that one. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 2:45 and counting here in the first half. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. 3 receivers to the far side. Bickford in the gun. Bickford looking. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Threw it away. That'll bring up 2nd and goal. And that'll stop the clock with 2:36 left in the half. Vikings up 6-3. On 2nd and goal from the 9. Bickford takes the snap, drops back, looks to the end zone. He's got good protection, throws outside to North. He gets down to the 5-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal. If you haven't been to our Discord server yet, please do so and sign up. It's free. Passtack will post the link. Join us at our Discord. Keep up with us here at Jamming Sports. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Big 3rd down right here. Bickford looking, rolls out, throws to the end zone. It's caught by Black. Touchdown, Minnesota. Brian Black, a 5-yard touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. The 7th-year receiver out of Oklahoma State. And the Vikings go up 12-3. They take a 2-score lead. I got it. The extra point is up, and it's good. The Vikings lead by 10, 13-3 with 2:01 left to play. Here in the first half. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. That's the link to our Discord server. If you haven't gone there to sign up yet, please do. Keep up to date with everything going on at Jamming Sports at our Discord server. We'll have the kickoff, and then we'll have the 2-minute warning. The Vikings up by 10. Not a bad crowd tonight, considering the late hour. It's 11:35 Eastern time. Tom Davidson will kick off for Minnesota. There's the kick. This will be fielded by Stewart. He'll bring it out. And he brings it across the 25, out to the 30-yard line. That's the 2-minute warning. Vikings up 13-3 here at Jamming Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2, the Ravens are 0-1, the Vikings are 0-1 coming in. The Vikings lost to Tampa Bay last week, and the Ravens lost to Miami last week. 1st and 10 for the Ravens now from the 30-yard line. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton drops back, Throws downfield. It's caught by Provost. A flag is down as John Provost gets out to about the 47-yard line. Let's sort this one out.
Holding offense.
Holding on the Ravens on Kerry Jones, the center. Yeah, I accidentally hit the music there. I didn't mean to do that. It'll back it up 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 back at the 21-yard line. I was re-queuing up the music for halftime, and I accidentally clicked it. 1st and 20 from the 21-yard line. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton drops back. Throws downfield. Is caught by Malone. Out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. Ravens in the hurry up. John Malone, the rookie out of Clemson, made the catch. Albritton back. Throws downfield to Doyle this time, the tight end. David Doyle across midfield. Out to the Viking 45-yard line. A 21-yard gain. The Ravens are still in the hurry-up. 4 receivers set wide. Albritton in the gun. Albritton throws across to Malone again. John Malone gets down to the Viking 31-yard line. A gain of 14 yards and a Ravens first down. John Malone, the rookie tight end out of Clemson. They're all available on YouTube. I just saved them. I just grabbed them off of YouTube. I grabbed them years ago. And the Vikings, or the Ravens, I'm sorry, will take a timeout with 1:01 remaining. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Minnesota leads it 13-3. The Ravens are down to 2 timeouts left here in the first half. Looking ahead to next week real quick. Minnesota will be at Philadelphia next week. And the Ravens will host the Jets. 1st and 10 Ravens. At the Viking 31-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Albritton back. Throws and he short hops it incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 59 seconds left in the half. The intended receiver was number 85, Lawrence Burns, the 3rd-year receiver out of Oregon State. 2nd and 10 for the Ravens at the Viking 31-yard line. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton back. Throws inside to Doyle. And Doyle down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 8. Ravens take another timeout. They have 1 left with 55 seconds left in the half. David Doyle, the tight end, on the tackle. Jeremy Bell made the tackle for the Vikings. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 23-yard line. Ravens are in field goal range. They can make it a 1-score game if they get a field goal. They're thinking touchdown, though. They want the touchdown. There's still time, 55 seconds, and they have 1 timeout. 3 receivers to the near side. Albritton in the shotgun on 3rd and 2. Albritton throws inside. I'm not sure who that was to. He overthrew the short receiver, and he underthrew the long receiver. He threw it between the 2 receivers. It'll be 4th and 2. The Ravens will have to kick a field goal. This will be a 40-yard attempt by Rob Belton to make it a 7-point game. There's the snap. Kick is up, and it's good. The Ravens pull to within a touchdown. Vikings up 13-6. 48 seconds left in the half. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. .48 seconds left until halftime. And the Vikings, they still have 3 timeouts. If Minnesota gets a good return here, they might be able to score again before halftime. Our next game will be tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern. We'll be on late again, I'm sorry. 10:30 Eastern tomorrow. It'll be the Bears and the Buccaneers from Tampa. There's the kick. Fielded by Simmons, 2 yards deep over the 20, 25. And Jarvis Simmons brings it out to the 31-yard line. 44 seconds left in the half. Vikings up by 7. They'll start at their own 31-yard line. They have 3 timeouts. In a sea of purple today, in the stands and on the field. Vikings come out, 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford drops back. He's got lots of time. It's a 4-man rush. He throws, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Knocking it down, number 27, Chris Campbell, the rookie out of North Carolina. When you look at the Ravens secondary, the Ravens have 3 rookie cornerbacks. They have 2 rookie safeties. They really revamped their secondary. 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun with a back on either side. Bickford back. Throws, gets it out to North, and James North out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 17 yards, and the Vikings take a timeout with 31 seconds left. Minnesota needs about 20 more yards for a decent field goal shot. Why'd you do that to use? Why'd you do that to use? Why'd you do that? I'm trying to make sense of that sentence there. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. The Vikings still have 2 timeouts. They can get in the field goal range. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford drops back. Throws outside to North. He turns upfield. He's out of bounds at the 36-yard line. That's a 16-yard gain to James North. First down, Minnesota into Baltimore territory. I'm still not exactly sure what your question is there, Fastay. 25 seconds left here in the first half. The Vikings, it'll be a 53-yard field goal from here. They need to get a little bit closer. They still have 2 timeouts. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford drops back. Throws outside to North. He goes down incomplete. He did not catch it. It was broken up by Cole Nelson, the 3rd-year safety out of Miami. That'll stop the clock with 21 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line. Vikings with 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford back, setting up a screen pass to Hinson, and Hinson gets down to the 34-yard line. A 2-yard gain. The Vikings take a timeout with 16 seconds left. They have 1 left. It would be a 51-yard field goal from here. They really need to get closer. They need about 5 more yards. And they have time. They have a timeout. They still have 1 timeout left. We're approaching halftime. Vikings up 13-6. Minnesota comes out on 3rd and 8 with Bickford in the shotgun. 16 seconds on the clock. Bickford back. He's got all day. 3-man rush. He throws to Monterey down to the 15-yard line. And he gets out of bounds with 10 seconds left. James Monterey. That's a 19-yard gain. First down, Minnesota. Now the Vikings are close enough where they can take a shot at the end zone. They still have a timeout. So why not take a shot? You can throw underneath, you got a timeout. And that's what they're going to do. You can't take too long though. 5 receivers wide, Bickford, empty backfield. Bickford drops back, throws downfield to Henson, out of bounds at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock, but there's only 6 seconds left. Go ahead and kick the field goal. Come away with something. If you go for it, you have to get it, because there won't be enough time. Let's see if the Vikings gamble. Nope, they're going to take the points. Tom Davison from 20 yards. Smart move. There's the snap, kick is up, and it's good. And the Vikings are back up by 10, 16-6, with 3 seconds left to play here in the first half. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. The 0-1 Vikings, the 0-1 Ravens. Tom Davison will tee it up for Minnesota. 3 seconds left until halftime. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Martin at the 1-yard line over the 15, 20, 25. And we go to halftime. Halftime score, Minnesota 16, Baltimore 6. Here at Jammin' Sports. To US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Interconference matchup. Ravens and the Vikings. The Vikings lead at 16-6 as we start the second half. I'm Jimmy Jam with my moderator Fastack in the room. Great to have you along. A 10-point Viking lead. Both these teams looking for their first win of the season, as they both come in at 0-1. Baltimore will have to kick off to start the second half. The Vikings will get the ball first, up by 10. Kyle Richardson kicks off. Fielded by Simmons a yard deep over the 10, 15, 20, 25, and Jarvis Simmons brings it out to the 31-yard line. First down, Vikings. Up by 10. As Kevin Bickford comes back out to lead the offense in his 8th year out of Army. The Army cadet. We're coming up on midnight on the East Coast. If you're watching from the East Coast, thank you for being up late with me here at Jammin' Sports. If you're on the West Coast, it's still early for you. First and 10 from the 31-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford drops back. Steps up. He's got all day. Throws deep. He finds an open receiver, James North, down to the 37-yard line. And North goes over 100 yards receiving. A 32-yard gain on the play to the Baltimore 37-yard line. So the Vikings wasting no time. They throw it deep and get into Raven territory. 4 receivers set wide for the Vikings. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Kyle Hinson, and Hinson gets nailed for a 1-yard loss. Christian West, the linebacker, number 51, makes the tackle for Baltimore. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Fazdak was hiding in the shadows with Batman. Okay. 2nd and 11 from the 38-yard line. Bickford in the gun. Bickford, drop play to Hinson. And Hinson runs into the linebackers or his own lineman. And he only gets a yard to the 37-yard line. It'll bring up, doesn't even get that. It'll be 3rd and 11. Oh yeah, he's my favorite, Batman. 3rd and 11 from the 37-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff inside. Throws deep. It's caught by North. James North all the way down to the 13-yard line. A 24-yard gain to the 10th-year receiver out of Florida, James North. First down, Vikings. So the Vikings now threatening down to the Baltimore 13-yard line. Just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Bickford, 3-step drop, throws outside to Kell, and Kell can't hold on, incomplete. That was broken up by the linebacker, Christian West. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line. 5:52 left to play here in the third quarter. The Vikings, they can take a 3-score lead if they get a touchdown. They're up by 10 at the moment. They come out in the I formation. Bickford, play action. Throws downfield, incomplete. Broken up by Wes Stevens, number 29. The 5th-year defensive back out of Texas Christian. The intended receiver was Jarvis Simmons. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Vikings at the Baltimore 13-yard line. Vikings come out. On 3rd and 10, Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford back. Throws, dumps it off to Hinson. Hinson down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. He's going to be well shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 6, and the Vikings are going to have to kick a field goal. This will be a 26-yard attempt. It'll put the Vikings up by 13. Tom Davidson will come out from 26 yards. There's the snap, kick is up, and it's good. Vikings go up 19-6. Still a 2-possession game with 5:16 remaining here in the third quarter. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 here at Jammin' Sports. So the Vikings now with a 13-point lead will kick off. The Ravens need to get their offense in gear. They haven't done much in a while here. Kyle Richardson will kick off. Fielded by Stewart at the goal line over the 10, 15, 20. And Stewart brings it out to the 25-yard line. That was actually Tom Davidson who kicked off. I was looking at the wrong roster. 1st and 10 Ravens at their own 25-yard line. 5:14 left to play here in the third quarter. The Vikings are letting the Ravens hang around. Let's see if Baltimore can capitalize on this. Faststack says he'll still be here, maybe. Ravens come out in the offset eye. Albritton hands off to Nate Castilian, and Castilian goes nowhere. The Vikings have held him in check. Just a 1-yard gain. Castilian only has 20 yards rushing the whole game so far. The Vikings have really shut them down. 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line. 4 receivers wide, Albritton in the gun. Albritton fakes the handoff inside. Throws deep downfield, incomplete. He overthrows the receiver. Lawrence Burns, number 85. Burns still does not have a catch today. And he's the best receiver on the team with a 94 rating. And the Vikings have kept him in check. 3rd and 9 from the 26-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Albritton in the gun. Albritton drops back. Albritton, he's scrambling, and he's going to take off. No, he pitches to Doyle. Doyle somehow gets the first down the sideline. A flag is down. This is coming back. He was over the line of scrimmage. I thought it was very close. I'm watching the replay on my laptop. The 26 was the line of scrimmage. Did he cross the line of scrimmage? He sure did. He was a yard over. It'll be 4th and 14 at the 21-yard line. A loss of down on the play. And the Ravens are going to have to punt. So Kyle Richardson will come in to punt for the Ravens. Gets the punt away. Fielded by Simmons at the 30-yard line. And Jarvis Simmons brings it out to the 43-yard line. First down Minnesota with 4:19 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. James North has had a big game for the Vikings, yardage-wise. We're live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. We're closing in on midnight Eastern. It's almost Wednesday. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford to Henson up the middle, and Kyle Henson 2 yards to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. On the tackle, Kevin Riddick, the 5th-year defensive end out of Dayton. 4 minutes and counting here in the 3rd quarter. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. Bickford will take the snap. He hands off to Henson, and Henson gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 3rd and 8. Making the tackle, Fred Young, the 10th-year linebacker out of Wake Forest. Young, they picked up from Seattle. Fred Young spent 9 years with the Seahawks. Now he's in his 1st year with the Ravens. 3rd and 8 from the 45-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford drops back. Throws downfield. It's caught by North. Out to the 40-yard line. And that's a gain of 15 yards in a Vikings first down. Down to the Raven 40-yard line. Minnesota on the move. You definitely got both feet in. Coming up on 3 minutes left now in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Baltimore 40-yard line. Bickford fakes the handoff. Throws downfield, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 2:47 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Lawson Underwood, the intended receiver. The Ravens have kept him in check. Underwood does not have a catch yet today. The tight end. 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. 4 receivers spread wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford throws outside to Underwood. There's his first catch of the day. Down to the 38-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. .234 and counting here in the third quarter. Christian West makes the tackle once again, the linebacker. Minnesota leads it 19-6. They lead by 13. They can make it a 3-score game if they get a touchdown. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford in the gun. Bickford drops back. Throws downfield. It's caught by Black. And Brian Black all the way down to the 12-yard line. A 26-yard gain to the 7th-year receiver out of Oklahoma State, Brian Black. First down, Vikings at the Raven 12. Minnesota's starting to pull away now. You kind of get that feeling. Under 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. 4 receivers are set wide. Bickford on 1st and 10. Hands off to Hinson up the middle. And Hinson gets 2 yards to the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Kendrick Fine on the tackle in his 7th year out of Youngstown State. 1:30 and counting. A similar formation, 4 receivers set wide. Bickford, again hands off, this time to Saxon. And Saxon gets 2 yards to the 8-yard line. Antonio Saxon in his 2nd year out of Army. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. Coming up on a minute left here in the third. Vikings up by 13, looking for more. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford back. Throws to the end zone. It's caught by Simmons. No, incomplete. It was broken up. Breaking it up, number 25, Isaac Young. And that'll bring up 4th down. This will keep it a 2-possession game. They'll make it a 16-point game, but Davidson, this will be from 25 yards to put the Vikings up by 16. The kick is up, and it's good. Vikings lead it 22-6. 42 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. We're live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. Still a 2-possession game, a 16-point lead for Minnesota. I just get the feeling the Vikings are letting the Ravens hang around. The Ravens offense is going to wake up here and make this a tight game. Davidson will kick off for Minnesota. Fielded by Stewart at the 4-yard line over the 20, 25. And Dwayne Stewart brings it out to the 32. That's where the Ravens will have it, with 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. There's time for the Ravens to come back, but they've got to get their offense in gear. They'll start from their own 32-yard line. Down by 16. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. Our next broadcast tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern. It'll be the Bears and the Buccaneers from Tampa tomorrow. On 1st and 10, Albritton takes the snap, throws underneath to Castilian, who gets out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 10. They'll make it a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd in inches. On the tackle, Dion Dial, the linebacker, in his 4th year out of San Jose State. Third quarter clock winding down. 15 seconds and counting. Ravens in the offset eye. Albritton hands off to Castilian. He's got the first down out to the 45-yard line. And that's the end of the third quarter. Vikings up 22-6 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back. U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2 of our NFL sim season. The Vikings lead the Ravens 22-6. Both teams are 0-1 coming in, looking for their first win of the season. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens at their own 45. They're down by 2 possessions. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton throws underneath to Doyle, and Doyle into Vikings territory. A 10-yard gain to the Viking 45-yard line, and a Ravens first down. David Doyle, the 9th-year tight end out of Oklahoma. He's a big tight end. It's about 6'4" and a half, almost 6'5". Ravens now at the Viking 45-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton back. Throws underneath again to Provost. John Provost, 3 yards to the 42-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Nathan Hewitt on the tackle in his 11th year out of USC. It'll be 2nd and 7. Gang tackle there after a 3-yard gain. We'll have one game tomorrow night. We'll have a doubleheader for you Thursday. We'll be off Friday. I've got basketball again on the radio Friday. May have a game late Friday, and then we have Saturday. 2nd and 7 from the 42-yard line. Albritton back. Albritton looking, in trouble, throws, incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 6:59 left to play. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Ravens at the Viking 42-yard line. Ravens come out on 3rd and 7. Albritton draws back, throws down the sideline. He's got a man wide open. Provost, touchdown. Ravens, a 42-yard touchdown catch by John Provost, the 5th-year receiver out of Syracuse. He was wide open down the sideline. Blown coverage by the Vikings. 42 yards and a touchdown. And now the Ravens, they'll go for 2 to make it an 8-point game. They're down by 10 currently. And Provost, he was open. I mean, he had 5 yards on the defender. So that gets the Ravens back in the game here. And now they'll go for 2. Make it a 1-possession game if they get this. Albritton in the shotgun, 4 receivers set wide. Albritton back, throws outside to Doyle. The 2-point conversion is good. We got a whole new ball game now. The Vikings lead is now 8, a 1-possession game. They're up 22-14. Still a lot of time left, 6:53 left to play here in the 4th quarter. The Ravens on the comeback trail. Now it's up to the Raven defense to get a stop and get the ball back. $6:53 left in regulation. Vikings up 22-14. Kyle Richardson will kick off for the Ravens. There's the kick. This will be fielded by Simmons at the 3-yard line over the 20, 25. Jarvis Simmons brings it out to the 31-yard line. The 4th-year receiver out of Tennessee. And now Kevin Bickford comes back out. There's his numbers on the day. All right, the Vikings will try to eat up some time, get another score. The Ravens, they're going to try to force a 3-and-out and get the ball back. 6:49 left. The Ravens have come back to make it a 1-possession game. 4 receivers set wide, Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Hinson up the middle, and Kyle Hinson gets 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line. Finally making the tackle, Christian West, the linebacker for the Ravens. That's going to make it 2nd and very short. 2nd and inches for the Vikings. Vikings come out in the I formation. Bickford to Hinson again, and Hinson has the first down. He gets the yard out to the 42-yard line. Michael Morris, the linebacker, makes the tackle, but he gets the yard and he gets the Viking first down. Clock is running, becoming a factor now. 6 minutes and counting here in the 4th quarter. Vikings up 22-14. Six minutes and counting. 4 receivers set wide. Bickford pitches to Hinson around the outside, and Kyle Hinson gets another first down out to the Raven 46-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain, first down Minnesota. So the Vikings eating up time. This is what they needed, a long sustained drive to eat up time. They're getting first downs and big chunks of yardage. 5.5 minutes left. 1st and 10 from the Raven 46. Baltimore really needs a turnover about this time. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford hands off to Hinson again, a draw play. And Hinson to the 41-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. On the tackle, Isaac Young, the rookie safety out of West Virginia. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, 2nd and 5 for the Vikings at the Raven 41-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Bickford to Saxon this time, and he's got a first down. Saxon down to the Raven 32-yard line. A gain of 9 yards for Antonio Saxon. First down, Minnesota. He keeps the clock moving. I think we had an injury timeout. I must have missed that. That's why the clock is stopped with 4:49 left. We'll be back tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, 7:30 on the West Coast. It'll be the Chicago Bears at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be tomorrow night here at Jammin' Sports, 10:30 Eastern time. Bickford of the shotgun on first down. Bickford to Hinson up the middle, and Hinson to the 25-yard line, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Vikings are getting big chunks of yardage on every rush on this drive. The Ravens can't stop the running game. And the Vikings are just methodically moving it down the field, eating up time. 4.5 minutes left. 2nd and 3 from the 25-yard line. In the offset eye. Bickford fakes the handoff. Throws down the middle. It's caught by North. All the way down to the 6-yard line. A gain of 19 yards and a Viking first down. It'll be first and goal from the 6. One way or another, it's going to be a 2-score game unless the Ravens can force a turnover. Vikings in field goal range, up by 8. 4 minutes and counting. First and goal from the 6-yard line. Bickford in the shotgun. Bickford, inside handoff to Hinson. And Hinson gets 2 yards to the 4-yard line. It'll be second and goal. Isaac Young on the tackle for Baltimore. This is what the Vikings needed, a long, sustained drive. 3.5 minutes left. Second and goal from the 4. The Vikings come out in the I formation. Bickford to Saxon, and Saxon's in for the touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run by Antonio Saxon, the second-year back out of Army. And the Vikings are up by 14, 28-14. Back to a 2-possession game with 3:18 remaining. And that might be enough to put this one away. Davison will come on for the extra point to make it a 15-point game. Kick is up, and it's good. Vikings lead at 29-14 with 3:18 left. Live from US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week 2 here at Jammin' Sports. It looks like the Ravens are going to be 0-2 unless they get a miracle here. Tom Davison will tee it up for the Vikings. He'll kick off. The Ravens have to get 2 scores in just over 3 minutes. There's the kickoff. Fielded by Martin at the 2-yard line over the 15, 20, 25. And Martin brings it out to the 28-yard line. Lawrence Martin in his 4th year out of Penn State. Matthew Albritton, the quarterback, comes out for the Ravens with 3:14 remaining. The Ravens need a minor miracle here. They're down by 15. The Ravens play the Jets next week in Baltimore. And the Vikings next week will be at Philadelphia. On 1st and 10. Albritton, 3-step drop, throws inside to Taylor. Down to the 34-yard line, a 6-yard gain to Maurice Taylor, the 2nd-year receiver out of Oregon State. It'll be 2nd and 4. Clock is running. 3 minutes and counting. If you're Baltimore, you got to throw it downfield. You can't do like a 2-yard gain. That's not gonna cut it. 4 receivers wide. Albritton in the gun. Albritton back. It's a blitz. He throws outside, incomplete. He tried to hit Castilla. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up 3rd down. Four receivers set wide for the Ravens. Albritton in the shotgun on 3rd down. Albritton throws to the near side to Burns, and Lawrence Burns finally makes a catch out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 yards and a Raven 1st down. But the clock is running, 2.5 minutes and counting. Lawrence Burns, their highest rated receiver, he finally catches a pass. The Vikings have shut him down all day. Ravens now from their own 40-yard line We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton back, throws, and it's knocked down by Ty Martin, the linebacker. He should have picked it up. He would have had the touchdown, I think. The third-year linebacker out of Tennessee, Ty Martin. Second and 10 at the 40-yard line. 2:14 remaining. On second and 10, 4 receivers wide for the Ravens. Albritton in the gun. Albritton looks downfield, throws, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 2:11 left. He was looking for David Doyle, the tight end. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. 4 receivers set wide. Albritton in the gun. Albritton throws down the near sideline to Burns. He's out of bounds at the 43-yard line. They get into Vikings territory. A gain of 17 yards. Plus he gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:06 left. So after going most of the game without any catches, Burns finally gets 2 in a row. We'll have the 2-minute warning after this play. 4 receivers set wide. Albritton in the gun. On 1st and 10, Albritton back. Throws down the middle to Provost. He gets to the 40-yard line, and we've hit the 2-minute warning. Vikings up 29-14 here at Chapman Sports. Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Week number 2. The 0-1 Vikings, the 0-1 Ravens. Vikings lead at 29-14 at the 2-minute warning. The Ravens still have 3 timeouts, but they have to score twice. So that means they have to score quickly. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Minnesota 40-yard line. 4 receivers wide. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton draws back. Throws outside to Doyle down the sideline. And he gets down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 10. First down Ravens are in the hurry-up. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton draws back. Albritton throws outside. It's caught, but there's a flag. That's going to be illegal touching. Provost went out of bounds and came back in. You can't do that.
Illegal touching. Offense.
You can't be the first person to touch the ball after you've gone out of bounds and came back in. It's just a loss of down. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. 1:39 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Vikings up by 15. Four receivers wide, Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton draws back, throws down the middle to Provost. It's a fumble, and the Vikings come out with it. Jeremy Bell recovers the fumble. John Provost coughed it up after catching it, and the Vikings will take over at the 27-yard line. He was nailed by Ty Martin, the linebacker. He's the one that popped it out. Bang. And that ball's clearly out. And Jeremy Bell recovers it, the 4th-year defensive back out of Alabama. The Vikings will take over up by 15 with 1:35 left. The Ravens will start using their timeouts. 1:35 remaining. This one is all but over. And the Vikings played a lot better this week than they did last week. They laid an egg against Tampa Bay last week. In the I formation, Bickford to Hinson. Hinson's going to lose a yard. The Ravens take a timeout. They have 2 left. 1:32 remaining. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Vikings. Chicago at Tampa Bay tomorrow night, 10:30 Eastern. We hope to see you then. I have to be somewhere early tomorrow evening, but then I'll get in and do that game. We'll have a doubleheader on Thursday, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern. 2nd and 11 from the 26-yard line. Bickford hands off to Hinson, and Hinson gets the yard back. The Ravens take a timeout. They have 1 left. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings with 1:28 left. If the Vikings get a first down, this game is over. They'll be able to run out the clock. It'll be 3rd and 10. Long timeout. Now we're ready to go. From their own 27-yard line, Bickford hands off to Hinson, trying to get outside, and he gets 3 yards out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens will take their final timeout with 1:25 seconds left, and Baltimore will get the ball back. It's 4th and 7. The Vikings are going to have to punt. Zach Young will come on to punt in his 3rd year out of Texas A&M. If I'm the Ravens, I'm going after this punt. I'm going to try to block it. Here we go. On 4th and 7, Young gets the punt away. This will be fielded by Stewart at the 23-yard line. Brings it out across the 40. Nice return out to the 42-yard line. 1:14 left. The Ravens are still down by 2 touchdowns. Albritton comes back out. The Ravens, though, they're down by 15. They have no timeouts. And only 1:14 to work with. That's a tall order right there. Four receivers set wide. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton back. Looking. Rolls out. He's in trouble. He gets sacked. It's a fumble. And the Ravens fall on it. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards. It'll be 2nd and 25 back at the 28-yard line. They got to get all the receivers back. 4 receivers set wide. Albritton in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff inside. Throws downfield. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 50 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 25 back at the 28-yard line. They have to get to the Minnesota 47-yard line to get a first down. 3rd and 25. 3 receivers to the far side. Albritton in the shotgun. Albritton back. Throws, gets it out to Burns. And Lawrence Burns gets 12 yards out to the 40-yard line. It'll be 4th and 13. They got to go for it. They're in the hurry-up. Albritton in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Throws. Gets it out to Taylor. They get the first down. Taylor all the way down to the 22-yard line. Ravens in the hurry-up. 20 seconds left. Albritton will spike it with 17 seconds left. That was a 38-yard catch on the previous play, by the way. 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line. Just 17 seconds left. The Vikings are going to win this game. It's just a matter of what the final score is going to be. 3 receivers to the far side. Albritton in the gun. Albritton back. Throws outside to Davis. And Davis down to the 10-yard line, a gain of 12 yards. They got to hurry up. 6 seconds. They have no timeouts. First and goal from the 10. This might be the last play of the game. They get the play off. Albritton looking, throws to the end zone, incomplete. That's ball game. Your final score, Minnesota 29, Baltimore 14. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll be back tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern, for the Bears and the Bucks. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.